Well, hello there. How are you doing this Monday evening? I hope you are doing well and that your day or your evening or whatever it is for you, I hope it's going well and has gone well and all that sort of stuff. I have had I guess you would say, interesting day. Yeah, that's a word for it. Um, I did go see my pain doctor today, and I found it really comical because she's like, "Oh, you really seem to be doing so much better." And I'm like, hmm, gee, I still can't do all the same things I couldn't do when I first came here. Still in pain 24/7, 365. Hasn't really changed. Oh, is it because I'm like dressing cute and that I've lost weight? Is that why you think all of a sudden, like, oh, you're doing better? It was just the most bizarre thing, especially after I read an article that a dear friend sent me about chronic pain and how many people who suffer from this and blah, blah, blah. I mean, just a really, really great article. And it was almost like, oh my gosh. So even the doctor is talking like what the article is describing. This is really very odd. But while I was in there getting the test, it was an upper extremity test for my right arm because I've woken up and my right pinky has felt numb. There's one window washer, and I'm like, holy crap, of course, right outside of my exam room. And then there's another window washer, and I'm like, are you serious? Meanwhile, I'm wearing an ever so sexy paper kind of, gown thingy. And I'm just going like, oh, I sure hope they're not going to be here the entire time. And they weren't. So I did not have to deal with the window washers being there while I was going through the whole test and everything. But it was just really bizarre. It's like, seriously? And then I popped over to DSW and dropped off a pair of Doc Martens that unfortunately did not work out for me. But I had some to replace it. Because, I love me some Doc Martens. If you didn't know that about me, now you do. So, hello there, Albs. How are you doing, sweets? Hope you're doing well. Steamship, good to see you. And I'm not going to be able to say your name correctly, but I do see that you love ONPASSIVE. And Steamship loves me, loves the recovering Hunbot. Thank you so much. I love that. And Monhun's here. Hello. Hey, hey, hey to you as well. And I'm so sorry, I cannot pronounce your name, but greetings. How are you doing? And I cannot pronounce your name either, but thank you so much for the prayer hands and the roses. I really appreciate that. That's very sweet of you. So today we are going to still toe to kick some LC butt. No. Yeah, I've always got to have my steel toes, on. Is that why I really wear them? I don't know. Maybe. You gave me something to think about there, Monhun. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at today's I don't know what to call. I guess their show or something. Hey, CD. Yes, I can see you, my love. Oh, and I guess today Beth did a video or a stream, whatever, on, I can't remember the name of the company, but it was basically there was an AI chat bot involved in it. And the first thing I thought about, because I took training to be certified to create a chat bot through Writer. Writer is a really great tool that you can set it up so that it recognizes your company's voice and any of, like, basically create your own style sheet kind of thing or style book. So all that sort of stuff. And I had made one for my client, Zbot. Thank you, Mr. Level. That's it, Zbot. I had made one just to test for my internal people to test. And it was giving answers, and the answers were suggesting page numbers to go to this page number to get more information, and there was nothing about that on that page number. and also telling them, like, giving them steps of how to do something where there's no steps that are written like that in the entire document. Because this is a no-code chat bot, and so you're supposed to be able to upload a PDF, which these documents are PDFs, and then anybody who is like going to use the chat bot be able to put in different questions and stuff, and then it's going to, return the answer. Not so much. Not so much. And then I thought about, well, the actual client also has paid a company money to create a chat bot, and they have their different PDFs are associated with that. And what I have heard from my client is like that they're running into all kinds of problems with that. So I'm like, I think I need to just learn how to maybe create these myself, but it would take me forever just to make one. And for my project, I can't remember how many programs there are within it, but let's just say there's 7 to 9 within it. And every year, the documents that are used to be able to find information are changed because they're updated, which would mean my maintenance on creating a chatbot just for one is like I'd be recreating stuff like all the time because things change. And I'm like, well, that's not very cost effective, but it would be job security as long as they would want to use that, which I do want to learn more things about how to create those things on my own anyway, and cybersecurity stuff. So there's things that I'm looking at that I will be learning because I like to learn and I'm interested in things. AnyWord does that too. Steamship, so does AnyWord like create a chat bot and then the chat bot's not really that effective because it's like not really answering things correctly and uses PDFs also? Because I find that interesting if that's the case, because it's like it seems like there's companies that are offering this service, but then the service itself of what you get is not really paying off. Mr. Level says, Alonda has more skill than Ash and any of the founders when it comes to AI and tech. Oh, aren't you sweet? Thank you. And CD says, and Alonda can open PowerPoint. PowerPoint still baffles Ash. Yeah, today I made a very quick, short PowerPoint deck because tomorrow I will be presenting to a group that is an employee resource group aimed at a particular demographic within the company that I work at, it's one that I created because I saw the need and figured out how to do it and made it. So I'm like, yeah, I need to create something, but I never can just like memorize what I'm going to say. So guess what? I have to have talking points. That would be helpful for somebody else, don't you think? To have some talking points so that you can, then use that information. Just saying. And Monhun says, it was fake just as well as Home Media's old robot trash can would have been. Wow. Whenever I see anything about robot, you guys know where my head goes, right? That whole self-pleasuring device, just the shape of it, it just reminds me of that just way too much. But yeah, we're going to be taking a look at Julie and Michael again. And I do have myself a little snacky poo here. I have a few almonds that are covered in dark chocolate. I prefer dark chocolate over milk chocolate. I don't know if any of you guys have a preference. Most people usually prefer milk chocolate. So I know that I'm kind of like weird that I like dark chocolate over milk chocolate because most don't. Although they are starting to make more candy bars with, like dark chocolate. Not that I go around getting all the new ones, but, I've seen them out there. I've seen them. So let me go ahead and pull that up for us. Okay, there we are. And we do get to play that very famous game called Can You Hear It? Which, again, I think you guys will be able to because this has been working so far. He'd get carpal tunnel if he tried to type his notes. Oh, wow. Because he'd have to, I guess, put in all the ums and stammers and everything, right? And Michael would have to put in, if he made any, he'd have to put in right like every other word because he says that like all the time and it drives me absolutely bonkers. All right, let's go ahead and start and see if you guys can hear it. I just want to make sure. So let me know in the chat if you can hear it. Well, she hasn't said anything. Come on, Julie, say something. Goodness.
Hello.
Oh my goodness, I thought I had it sped up and I had it slowed down. Oh goodness, we don't want it like that now, do we? Oh, we will put her there. Okay. Let's try that again. You can hear it? Okay. Here we go.
Everyone.
Why is it still doing that? I just changed it. Where did it go? Where did it go? Okay, let me put it at normal. Let's start there.
Happy Monday.
Okay. She at least was normal. And I will make it faster. If I put it 1.25, that will make it faster, right?
Monday. Today is Monday, January 13, 2025. I hope you guys and everyone, I hope you have a good weekend, Michael. You had a good weekend. Rest.
Always have a good weekend, Julie. Always.
That's awesome. I hope everyone enjoyed the weekend and, already prepare or not, I don't mean prepare, but
they must be using the free version of Restream because it has Restream in the top right-hand corner. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that because I've used, free StreamYard and stuff, but I find it interesting when they're so wanting to put out a professional, polished type look, and they don't, and they can't use OConnect, so they're, using this. And Monhun says, Mikey Boy needs to upgrade his camera. He always stands out on panels with his 4:3 camera, 4:3 camera. I guess Ash never sent him one of the 8K cameras for OConnect. Probably not. And Steamship says, now that the MLM model is done, these people should start being more critical thinking. Oh, one would think, one would hope, but alas, I have not seen that yet. But let's hope they are. Let's hope at some point somebody is.
Already enjoy your Monday or a new week. We are at the beginning of our third week of January 2000 of this year. First of all, I wanted to take this moment to say I really, truly appreciate everyone sending out a birthday wishes for me. I truly enjoy that day. And so, yeah, Michael, if you would please take a moment to say hello to everyone and let's get started.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Here we are again, having our live discussions, our friendly conversation. Trust that you'll glean something from it. So let's go, Julie.
Yeah, let's go. All right. So if you remember, everyone, last week, which is last Friday, we got together late in the week and we were talking about the topic tune in and tune out. And we do hope that you've got something out of it, or at least, be able to, I would say consciously, to listen to things and be able to tune in and tune out on whatever you don't want or want in your life. So I feel like, when we're talking about tune in and tune out, it's kind of like the beginning of a transition of something, right? Whether or not it is in our business life or our life on our own every single day. And that's why today I feel like we want to talk about the topic navigating transition, and then how are we going to be able to embrace those changes. And so what is your thought on this topic, Michael?
Wow. Navigating. Jeez, that's a mouthful, Julie. But changes. I mean, we know changes is a big part of our lives, right? Some people have a lot of changes. Some people have very little change. But I believe every single person have undergone some sort of change during their lifetime, right? So certainly it's a good topic, and I look forward to see what you have to say about it, Julie.
Yes, Michael, you said we all have to go through. It is. Change is inevitable, right? The word that I have a problem.
Yeah. Inevitable.
Inevitable.
Yeah.
Anyway, can be uncomfortable and comfortable. It can be scary. It can be full of anxiety. It can be difficult. It's just how you face it, how you embrace it. And you can feel at times when you lost control of things, lost control of your life, lost control of your business. It can be very devastating, right? It could change the entire routine of what you're doing. It's very discomfort, right? And it can also be risky, but we all have to face it. Like what you say, Michael, we all have to face it. It is the nature of things. It is a nature of, I guess, improving our life for personal growth. If we really looking at changes in the different angle, we'll be able to embrace it, and we'll be able to navigate through that transition of whatever it is, whether or not personal or professional. That's my thought in that part, but we can dive deep into it, Michael.
Sure. I think it all starts with what people want in life. Right? I think that's where it starts, right? What is it that people want? Some people want a good job. Some people want money. Some people want good health, peace of mind, relationships, right? I would think that you want a good relationship. You want to have relationships that are bad or toxic, you know what I mean? So I think it all starts there, Julie. And then from there, people then transition to see, well, how can I get these things, right? Where do I find these things? So is that within your community you're looking for what you want? Is it within your family you're looking for what you want? Maybe within your organization or workplace, you know what I mean? So it all starts there, right? And to try and connect the dots, trying to put the two together. And then usually as you go from what you want in life, to then look to see how you can acquire it, this is where the changes come about, right? So if a person decides that, okay, I want to have a business, so you're going to have to make some changes in your life to acquire that. And as you go through your business, you want to have your business grow, right? And so changes is going to come about there as well, right? In all aspects of life, right? So when we look at, us as individuals, right? Our body has gone through changes. You know what I mean? I used to have hair at one point, right? And now I don't. You know what I mean? A child goes from being a little baby, an infant, toddler, you know what I mean? You go through changes. So change is something that is inevitable throughout life. And so it's important that people learn to embrace it from an early age, right? You change location, you've moved.
I'm finding this really interesting because, yes, this is true. Change is inevitable. Everybody faces change. There's all sorts of different changes and everything. However, what they should be talking about are the changes from ONPASSIVE to ONFusion to the different business. I don't know if we're going to get there or not, but it seems like they should be talking about that because that's how they know each other. It's certainly not this other stuff. It's like, I don't know why they're starting out in this way, but I just find it odd.
Right? From one city to another city, or from one home to another home, and so on. You change schools, right? All these things. You change your job, right? You used to work here, now you no longer work there, you work somewhere else. So there's always a constant change. The environment goes through changes. The weather goes through changes. You understand? Change is a fact of life. And so, people should not see changes all around you. And then when you have something that directly impacts you, now I don't want to change. I don't want to adapt. I don't want, I want things to stay the same. Well, when you look around, things do not stay the same, right? We're experiencing winter right now. And oh my gosh, can you imagine if I had to deal with winter, 12 months of the year? I don't know if I can manage that, right? So I look forward to spring, Julie. I look forward to the winter to be gone and spring comes and everything is now made new and all of that fancy stuff, right? So people have to learn to accept changes, be able to at least embrace it anyways, early in the process. So whether that's early in life itself, whether that's
I think he's meaning that you need to be able to adapt to change. Because I don't know if it's truly accept, but you need to be nimble when there is change. But there are times when it's really hard for you to do that. Such as when you're promised that you're going to get commissions and then you never do,
Early in your business venture, whether that's early in your job, your occupation, your profession, your career, etc. Right? The earlier you can learn to embrace change and understand that change is a reality, right? To me, the better you're going to be as you move forward, Julie.
Absolutely, Michael. If we were sitting here talking and really looking in our business life or in the business that we see every day, right? No matter whether or not this business is successful or this business is starting from the very early point, they always have to make changes. They always have to pivot, right? And kind of funny when I was thinking about this topic and
And Julie, businesses do not always have to pivot. I found that an odd use of the word pivot.
I'm pulling my daughter in.
Hey, Queen, no, I mean, we really have just started this, so just like a little bit over 8 minutes into it. You really haven't missed much.
I said, what do you think? What do you think of? At first, I have it as embracing changes and navigating transition. And she goes, Mom, you have to make the transition first before you can embrace that changes, right? And I thought that really makes sense for a 14 years old to really think about things like that. So then, think about business. We have to make transitions. That means that we have to organize what it is happening in our own business. We have to restructure.
Why do you have to make transitions in, quote, your business? Now, I know she's referring to being a Hun and making transitions there, but again, businesses are not always transitioning. Now, if there's a merger or something like that, yes. And I mean, I've been through that multiple times. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been through that. And that's always, you're dealing with something that's uncomfortable when things come together, especially if the new policies and procedures and everything are from the other company and now they're put on you and it's like all foreign to you. And it's like, it can be very discombobulating, but how she's talking about it just seems very odd.
Things, and because the marketing, everything that's around in the world right now is evolving, so we have to make adjustment, we have to pivot in order for to make our business better, and talking about our professional life. We have career changes, we have family changes. I mean, there's so much involved in it. How are we going to navigate through that transition? And then embrace that change is all about the mindset. Are we prepared for that transition?
Mindset,
whether or not the transition that we'll make, that is based on our own decision, or is it someone else, our boss, our business owner, our CEO, whether or not we have to prepare to it. And so, navigating transitions, embracing the change. How are we going to prepare to it? It's all about in our mind, the way, how we live our life. Are we ready for those changes?
Absolutely. And if we don't embrace change, Julie, we normally get left behind.
Thank you, Manhun. I think you bring up a very good point. How can they expect founders to transition when they've been kept in the dark about what's happening? Exactly. I mean, when you don't have a clue of what's going on, but you're supposed to then be embracing the change. Yeah, we were able to see CD, Tara. I mean, well, Chris, we were able to see CD, and I can see Tara as well. I mean, that's the thing, is that nothing is transparent to them, because remember, you got to take out your secret decoder ring whenever Ash speaks, and somehow you don't realize it at the time when he's talking that there was a secret message. It's only like weeks later. It's like, oh yeah, he really talked about that. No, he didn't. He didn't say anything about XYZ. You guys are making this shit up. You're trying to make it sound as if he and what kind of CEO would be sending messages that you have to decode anyway? I mean, that is just utterly stupid, in my opinion. I think that's just complete bullshit. Like, yes, I'm going to speak to everybody, but I'm not going to be forthcoming with anything. I'm going to make them have to figure it out. And maybe they'll get it right. Maybe they'll get it wrong, but I'm not going to even let them know if they're right or if they're wrong, because they're going to have to figure out what I say anyway. I mean, that is just absolutely silly. Exactly. Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. That's the whole thing. It's like, I think about that scene from A Christmas Story every single time. Whip out that secret decoder ring, and then you're very disappointed about what the message actually is. I mean, and then you would be disappointed about what the message is, because the message ends up being about nothing, because it's just, mindless ramblings about stuff. Goodness. Steamship says, we're going all the way back to the beginning. Mindset. I am so damn sick and tired of any of these people talking about mindset. I mean, how many times can they bring it up? Please do not tell me, don't give me a number, because it's like anytime they fucking stream, they'll bring up mindset as if that is somehow the thing that like runs the world and everything else, that you just got to have a particular mindset. Otherwise, if you don't, then everything's going to fall apart. Just please. Exactly. More like Kool-Aid from Jonestown.
Right? We can't use outdated technology, for example, right? You know what I mean? Like if somebody was to come and say, oh, look, here's a dial-up telephone.
Interesting. He said you can't use outdated technology because it's not as if they were ever offered any technology that was cutting edge, just saying.
Right? I'm sure a lot of kids would be like, what is that? Right? You know what I mean? Because they never had that, during their lifetime. You know what I mean? How many people, have a fax machine in their homes today, right? And so on, right? When we look at record stores, okay, where are they? You know what I mean? There used to be a whole bunch of.
Oh my gosh. Right? I'm surprised one of the leaders hasn't developed a paid course on mindset to sell to the founders on Academy. Oh, right. Yeah, there is no Academy. Well, I mean, they could even do it, on their own. They could do it through just having it on YouTube, especially if they made the videos like private, where you only get them, if your email is added to be able to see the video. They could figure out a way to do it. You don't need like anything all that fancy to do it, but that would actually take time and effort to do, They'd have to think it through and organize it. And, maybe what would happen is founders might realize that maybe these people don't know as much as they think they know. What do you think? Steamship says, wait, you can make money from mindset courses? What am I doing with my life? Better hop on that.
To them, you know what I mean? Right? Things change. People have to adapt. And the companies or businesses that don't adapt, they get left behind. And so the same goes for individuals. When we don't adapt to changes, we get left behind. You know what I mean? Oh, well, the phone. Okay, did we always have a cell phone? No. 100 years ago, did we have a cell phone? No. You know what I mean? Right? And we see the evolution of cell phones, right? I remember that big clunky thing that we used to have, back in the day, and that was your phone, right? It was massive, right? Compared to these little nice thin, devices that we have today, right? Same thing with computers. You had a computer that basically took up an entire room.
Every time you say
right. Now, you can have a computer right in your hand, the palm of your hand. You understand? So people have to embrace changes as they come along, because if they don't, now you become outdated. You understand me? And so how do you move forward then? How do you move forward if you're not willing to embrace change, right? So first, the change has to occur though, Julie. So your daughter is absolutely right? That has to, because how can you embrace something that you haven't seen, that you don't know about, right? So the change has to occur first. And then from there, now you can react to the change, right? Okay, am I going to embrace it? Do I love what I see? You know what I mean? But that's the only way to move forward, right? And so that's important for people to understand, because you're going to have unexpected changes in life, right? That's why most financial advisors will tell you to make sure you have 6 months of your income put aside, for emergency purposes and so on, because there will be unexpected changes in your life. If you own a vehicle, there'll be unexpected changes. Maybe you're driving down the road and you get a flat tire, you know what I mean? And maybe the tire can't be fixed, so you need a new tire, right? Maybe something happens to your transmission, you know what I mean? You have to change oil. Imagine you have a vehicle, you don't change the oil at all, right? Like, what do you think is going to happen to your vehicle, right? So everything in life that you look around, there's constant change happening all the time, right? And so when you realize, okay, change is something that happens, it is a fact of life. So therefore, when change comes, I should not be scared of it. I should not let fear overwhelm me to be able to embrace that change, but I should be able to look at the change, have a reaction, learn to embrace it, and then press forward to get to what it is that you ultimately want, right? Remember I said that's where we start. What is it that you want in life? And then you're working towards that. And along the way to accomplish that, there will be changes. You understand me? And some of them you throw away, and some of them you embrace. Okay, so not everything that changes in front of you mean okay, yes, 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 and you're accepting it. No, not at all. Some you throw away, right? Some you keep. You know what I mean? Some you make adjustments, tweak, etc. Right, and then you embrace, and then you move forward. Right. So yeah, it is something that people should definitely understand and get used to, and be prepared as we move forward in any areas of our lives, Julie.
Absolutely, Michael. When I talk about change, I immediately associate it with growth, associate it with better, right? And so, like I said earlier, it's all about having that positive.
No, change is not always better. Sometimes it's not. I mean, can we not ever acknowledge that sometimes things are not positive? Why is it they always have to be like, everything's going to be better? It's like, you people are driving me absolutely bonkers here. I mean, seriously. Y'all are just absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Positive mindset, having the ability to actually manage our fear. You know, we can turn the changes or whatever, even though that changes is the decision that we made, or the people around us, or the people that we work with, we can actually turn that into the opportunity of growth instead of stay stagnant of where we are today.
Good
You know, for a lot of people, it takes them, they call it slow to adjust type of people, right? What they do is they take time, they reflect, you know, do self-reflection. They literally cultivate this acceptability mindset, saying, you know what, I'm going to accept that changes. And I believe that the only, not the only way, but the way that we can help us to actually accepting the change is accept the change, right? Accept the fact that, yes, we're going to accept this. We're going to make this. And it doesn't matter how which angle we are looking at. If we don't accept certain things, we're not going to be able to do well. Therefore, we have to accept the change, that there is a change. And in the meantime, we actually could find a support network of people the people that have the same positive thinking, supporting us at the same time. And to me, also change, not only focusing on growth, I believe it's also a learning process. We learn as we go, and changes help us and motivate us to learn as well. You know, if you have a phone, are you changing your phone every time? Why do you have to change your phone? Because certain function of the phone that doesn't work anymore. Therefore, we change it to a new phone. Why are we currently using this program that we so love?
You don't have to always change your phone. I mean, I've been using the same iPhone for, gosh, I don't know, like maybe 5 years. I haven't gotten a new one. It's just fine. It's just not having any issues. So you don't have to always change your phone, Julie. That's really odd.
And work on it, but there are certain functions is not. When it comes to technology, it's all about evolving, right? It's all about upgrading and innovations. And so if we stay still and, you know, especially our mind just stagnant like that, I don't think there's growth in our life at all.
No. And again, can you imagine you're stuck as a baby, Julie? And there's no growth. You know what I mean? You're just stuck.
Please.
You know, you're 6 months old, and that's it. You never get to 7 months. You never get to 5 years. You're just stuck there. No, right? That's not what people would want, right? And so, absolutely, that growth comes with change.
Horrible
Right? If
analogy.
something is going to make you better, why would you not embrace it, right? If something's going to get you to your goals faster, why wouldn't you embrace it? You know what I mean? Right? So I look at change from that standpoint, that I will make the necessary changes in my life to get to my.
Monhun, you're right. They're speaking as though Ash hasn't been constantly changing the business plans, directions, timelines, goalposts, everything for 6 years. Everything has always been complete turmoil. And I don't know about you, but it's not comfortable for me to live in utter turmoil all the time. I kind of like to have an idea of what's going on, you know? You're having new phone envy.
My desired destination faster, something that's more reliable. You understand? If it's going to be better, Julie, it's going to put me in a better position, then of course I'm going to make that change. You understand? Right? And not just make it, but embrace it when it does come, right? And so it's all about the experience, right? It's all about, okay, what experience have you had thus far in your life? You know what I mean? Whatever you learned from that, right? That's going to help you determine how much you can embrace changes, future changes in your life, right? Because we're going to get older, right? We're not going to stay right where we are right now. We're going to get older. And so with that comes more change, right? For some people, they go through dementia and all these different things, health
Which has nothing
issues
to do with
that come
your
up
quote
on
business.
people, sicknesses, you understand, as you move forward in life. Okay, how do you adapt to that, right? Some people have to go live in nursing homes and so on. How do you adapt to that change, right? How do you adapt to all of a sudden there used to be 2 of you, now there's only 1? How do you adapt to that, right? There's so many different things that goes through our lives. But again, if you're used to, looking at the changes, head on, right? And learn to adapt to it, embrace it, right? Without fighting it, right? A lot of people tend to fight change. A change is coming and no, why do we have to do that? Why can't we, stay back where we were? Why can't we use what we had before? Why, you understand me? They're just stuck, Julie, right? And you find that those individuals, they're not the successful people in life, right? Amazon, right? Okay, from where they started, that's not what Amazon used to be. You know what I mean? Right? They used to just sell books. Like that was Amazon. That was their model. We're just selling books, right? And look at Amazon today. Right? When we look at, even Facebook, right? Okay, look from where Facebook started. Look at social media in general, right? Look from where that started and look what we have today, right? We talked about technology. Look at artificial intelligence today. Sometimes you see somebody talking, it's like, but no, that's actually not real. That's actually AI, right? Or you hear somebody's voice and you think, oh, I thought that was Julie speaking. No, it's not Julie. You know what I mean? Like we've come so far with technology, right? You have self-driven cars today. You know what I mean? Electric vehicles today, like so much, right? We've undergone as a society, right? So people, again, change should never be something that's new to people because it's all around you. As long as you're, as long as you can see, and you don't have to even see, because sometimes you can feel the change, right? Like you can be in a room and the room was nice and hot, and all of a sudden now the room is cold, right? So you don't have to see it. You can feel it. You can feel the change, right? You can feel people's attitude towards you, right? You know what I mean, right? And so there's so many different ways to look at change. But at the end of the day, I think we've mentioned this before, but there's an excellent book called "Who Moved My Cheese," right?
Yeah.
And so again, if people get it, it's a very quick read. It's very easy. It's done in a funny way, I would say, right? And so people grab that book, right, and just read it. It will help you understand that change is a fact of life, and it will help you to cope
You're welcome,
with changes that you may be going through right now. You know what I mean? Women that have to go through menopause and stuff like there's so many different things, right? The changes that come with that, right, Julie? So, there's so much, folks. There's so much. You used to be the star athlete. Now you're no longer the star athlete, right? Because other people are better than you. And doesn't matter what topic, what area of life you want to bring up, right? There's change there. There's change. You had a coach and the coach is fired. So there's a new coach now. Okay, there's changes. And with that new coach going to come new attitude, you know what I mean? They're going to have their own way of doing things, etc. Right? They may even change the personnel, right? It happens, your boss, okay? All of a sudden you have a new boss now, right? Same thing happens. They're going to come with their own ideas, you know what I mean? Right? And you have to adapt to that. Because if you don't, next thing you know, you're fired from your job, right? So, change is all around us. Okay, we're having a president of the United States, right? Presidents change all the time. Okay, guess what's going to happen? Things are going to be different. It's not going to be the same, right? Because everybody's bringing their own flair, their own personality, all these things to the table. So there's always changes, folks. It's a way of life. We have to understand that. Changes is a way of life. Your body goes through changes. Oh, you used to weigh 150 pounds. Okay, now you weigh 200 pounds. Like your body goes through changes. It is what it is. You used to be able to go eat 10 Big Macs and then you're perfectly fine. Okay, right? And now you eat 1 Big Mac and you just blow up, right? So you understand for those who eat that stuff, right? But the point is, we all go through changes. It is something that is there. That is not going to change. Changes are not going to change. You're not going to stop having changes in your life. You will always have them all the way up until you depart this life, right? That's just how it is. So how can we embrace it? How can we learn, Julie, not to let fear, prevent us from being the best version of ourselves, get into our desired destination, because we let fear creep in. And so, oh my gosh, if there's a change, it must be bad. No, so many changes, right, are based upon a good experience or based upon a good outcome, right? So like you have to go, we can look at the butterfly, right? You know what I mean? And how the caterpillar goes into the cocoon and so on. How comes the beautiful butterfly and all this stuff? Okay, how many people would prefer the caterpillar versus the butterfly? I think most people tend to like the butterfly more so than the caterpillar, okay? You understand me, right? So again, We're talking about changes, right? So it's a way of life. We have to embrace it. It's good for us for the most part. Now, obviously, some changes are bad, right? You can actually change and go backwards. It is possible. But we're talking about changes where you're actually being uplifted, where you're moving forward, where you're bettering yourself, right? Where society is becoming better, where people around you are becoming better. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about that positive change in life, right? And the same thing for business. You can have negative changes in business, right? People get laid off from their jobs. That's a change, right? Businesses go out of business, right? That's also a change, okay? But we're looking at the positive ones then, because that's the space that we're in.
Yeah,
and so, Julie, people just have to accept it.
Yep. Really sitting here, we're talking about changes and stuff like that. The very real life example is the recent fire here in LA. Just think about that. Everybody know about this fire, and changes can come through by nature. Just can come through by nature. I mean, thousands and thousands of people living in Pacific Palisade and Malibu in those areas. Have they ever think that their house is going to be in flame like the way it was? I mean, how many people actually have to deal with the changes? Is that discomfort? Is that fear? Is that anxiety? I mean, there's so much that they have to deal with, but as you can see, a lot of the victims right now say it's time to rebuild. It's time to make changes in policy, changes in a lot of stuff. So they have to accept it in order for them to move on. It's really talking about this topic, what we're doing, and seeing the changes now. I really bring me back to the conversation that I had with actually through our group text, myself, Terry, and Sherry. She has shared a post, which if you are following Terry Thompson, you might want to check out her post. I'm not sure when she's putting it out, but there's a quote that they said in this one post that she shared with me. Every end is a beginning disguised as change. Humanity has always been shaped by cycle of creation, destruction, and rebirth, right? So really think about this changes that we are facing every day. We could either accept it and having a better life and grow together with the change, or we don't accept it and make decisions that actually make our life worse. And so that is right now is an action, I guess, item we're putting on that table. There are changes in life. It's inevitable. Are we going to accept it, or are we going to reject the change and be stagnant where we are? And
would you guys please address this about the company changing? Why? I mean, it's like so bizarre to me that you are literally tap dancing all over the place and not mentioning anything. I mean, is this your way of preparing people that there is going to be the change from ONPASSIVE to ONFusion T? I refuse to call it ONFusion with the T. I just refuse. I think that sounds stupid. But is that what y'all are doing? Because, I mean, this is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
And for me, Michael, change is great. How are we going to embrace it?
Well, you have people who will make decisions, right, before the transition, right, before the change, right, and they're making a decision. How can you make a decision without seeing what the change is, right? It doesn't make any sense, but people do, right? So, that's always my thing is anytime, because you can plan for changes, right? You can plan, right? And again, in so many different aspects of your life, you can plan for changes, right? You can make a plan that, a move change, a relocation is coming. You can plan for that. You can plan for a rainy day because, there will be rainy days in your life, right? There will be emergencies in your life. You can plan for that, right? You can make concessions for all of that, right?
Not everybody can.
So people can do that,
right?
Again, it doesn't take much,
Michael? Right?
It just takes some reflecting,
Yeah.
right? As you said, right? It takes some time to reflect and understand and appreciate what you actually have, okay? And so when the change come, okay, how can I make the adjustment so that I'm, able to move forward, right? It's not difficult, folks, but it just usually normally takes people to take time out. You know what I mean? Take some time out, right? Whether that's an half an hour, whether that's an hour, whether that's a day, it doesn't matter. But have some time, where you can put aside and just kind of reflect and see, okay, we talked about, what is it that you want out of life, right? And so reflect on that. Okay, what's really important to you, right? Because if something's not important to you and change comes along, it's like, you know what I mean? You just throw it to the side. But if something is really important to you, right? Like people want to be financially free, totally free, etc. If that's something that's important to you, then you really have to look and say, okay, here's where I'm trying to get to, right? Where am I right now? And how will I get there, right? How will I get there? What's the vehicle I'm going to use to get there, right? So as people start to reflect and look, and when the change comes, They're able to embrace it. They're able to accept it. They're able to move forward because they knew that change was coming, right? It wasn't like, whoa, where did this come from? Like you knew change was coming, right? If the people in California knew that, there's going to be wildfires and my house is going to be destroyed, okay, guess what? They would have made some changes, right? That's just how that works. Sometimes we have warnings and we know that, okay, our storm is coming, our hurricane is coming, so we can make the necessary changes before that happens. Sometimes the city will send out and say, okay, guys, you guys need to vacate the place and all of this stuff. And some people choose not to vacate. They choose to stay. And unfortunately, some of them lose their lives as a result of not, willing to embrace the change that is coming, right? They didn't want to change. Like, nope, I'm staying right here, right? And if I die, I die, blah, blah, blah. But they also risk the lives of people, responders, right? People who are out there looking for people that they can help. By you staying put, you know what I mean? That also put other people's lives in danger, right? As a result of that. And that tends to be people who just refuse to accept the change or embrace what's coming. You understand, right? And so, it can be detrimental as well. So it's important that we look all around, reflect, understand what it is that we have, appreciate what we have, right? And then see that, okay, if a change should occur here, how will I react, right? How can I move forward? How can I plan for that, right? If my car was to break down, do I have any money set aside? How would I react to it, right? How will I be able to, take care of that emergency? You understand? And so on and so forth. A lot of people don't like, talk about life insurance and all these things, but it's something that people should talk about. It's something that people should plan for just in case, especially if you have young children or you have dependents, all these things, right? These are things that people should plan for because you just never know. Tomorrow's not guaranteed for anyone. You may not wake up tomorrow. I was gonna say you may wake up and see that you're not here, right? But that wouldn't work, okay? But you know what I mean? Like tomorrow's not planned or guaranteed for anyone at all, right? So a lot of people get all upset and they just go crazy about certain, and like, you know what? Life is too short. It's too short, right? You don't know if you're gonna see another day, another week, another month, another year. You don't know, right? So always try to put your best foot forward. Always try to be open-minded. Always try to be, coming from a positive, side, whereby, you're not trying to confront the change, but you're trying to look at the change, be open-minded about the change. If it makes sense to you, you embrace the change, and then you move forward into that change, right? As long as it's going to make you better, as long as it's going to get you to your desired destination. That's what's most important, right? Absolutely. You're taking a journey, Julie. You're driving down the road, okay? And it's important to you to get to that destination. Okay, all of a sudden, oh, road is blocked. Sorry, you can't go this. What do? Do you just turn back and go home? Or do you find another way around it, right? You see, you make the adjustment. You change the direction that you're going in. You understand me? But even though you change your direction, you still get to your destination though. Mm-hmm. So you still get there, but maybe you have to detour here, another detour there, and whatever the case may be, but you end up still at your destination, right? That's what's important to me, right? Anytime I jump into that car, okay, my desire is to get to my destination, but sometimes there's traffic on the road. It's like, well, this is going to take me, an extra 15 minutes, but if I go this way, I can save 5 minutes or whatever, you know what I mean? And then you make your adjustments, right? That's life, folks. That is life. So be prepared for changes throughout your life, learn to embrace it, and you'll be a better person for it.
Yep, I agree. Change is good. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Michael. It was a good conversation. We enjoyed it. We hope that you enjoy listening to it as well. Stay tuned and know that change is good. It's going to be bigger. So
until next time.
Okay,
until next time.
There we go.
Until next time, everyone. Have a great.
Okay, I'm just pausing them right there. Goodness. It was only at the end there that there was a hint, like that change is coming. It's like, well, why didn't you make that the entire focus of this instead of all this pussyfooting around everything and talking about caterpillars and butterflies and, teenagers and babies and all this other bullshit? Why didn't you just, give people maybe what they could do to be prepared for the inevitable change that is coming? Which, I mean, I really don't know how you're going to prepare for this, because it's either like you're going to say, sure, I'm willing to spend more money and give it to Ash, or you're not. I mean, that's basically it. That pretty much. Manan says the vehicle is Ash's jalopy. Yeah. I mean, I just don't see it going so beautifully. And the whole thing about the California fires, why are we bringing this into it? Why? Californians were always planning for a huge earthquake, and they were always planning for this, fire that has been going on too, right? Hey, Angel, how are you, my love? In a roundabout way, he just said that all founders should leave the company to save themselves. This is such, yeah, BS. ONPASSIVE has nothing to do with real life. No, it has to do with, like, let's pretend. It's so bizarre. And Tara says, too bad you can't take care of a life emergency with your earnings from ONPASSIVE, right? Yeah, you can't really do much with any of that, can you? Good morning to you, Sanju. How are you? I hope you are having a good day. Manhun says, it's never about the destination. It's always about the journey. Don't stop believing. Oh my gosh, you are going to want me to just break out journey, aren't you? You just are. Hello, Sanju. It's nice to see you. Angel, I'm glad to see you as well, of course. Let's see, what else? Melanie, change isn't always good, but this is just a shell game. Oh, you know what? That's a good one. That's what it feels like. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, and I had said that change is not always necessarily good. Sometimes change is not good, but no, we can't say anything like is ever negative. We got always say that it's positive. Please, please, puppy, please. Puppy, please. Hey, Baron, how are you, my love? And a good morning to you as well. I hope you are doing very well. Oh my gosh, we're not going to bring the Bible into it. We're just not going to do that, Dora. Sorry. We're just not. All right. I want to know if you guys would also like to watch the, I guess, the show of the Marty and Chris show. I don't know what to call it, of, their day today. Would you guys like to, take a little look-see-poo at that as well? Because I do have that pulled up. If you'd like to look at that, we can cover it too. Because I have not listened to it. I was, busy doing other things. Well, probably at that time I was trying to get a report together before I went to the doctor. I spent most of the morning with the reporting and then the doctor stuff. That was the majority of my day. Steamship says okays, and we get yes from Anhan, yeah from Mr. Lovell, and yes please from Angel. Alrighty dighty. So let's go ahead and do that. So let me go to here and we will change it so that we can pull up the correct one. Is it this one? There we go. Alrighty dighty here. And we will have, it looks like just Marty. What happened to Chris? We're going to have to speed his happy behind up, aren't we? I just know we are. Where is the speed? There it is. Oh, wait. This was, let me put it at normal first because I think I had it on the slow thing. I want to make sure. We can't hear you, Marty.
Nothing. Really? Let me see.
Okay, there was something. No. You would think that he would have this down by now.
How about now? Can people hear me now? I hope. No. It's been the craziest morning in the world.
Sure you have.
There's no sound on it. No sound, no sound. I have no audio. How about now? Nothing still?
No, we can hear you.
Really? Let me see.
I don't know who's telling you.
Might as well not have sound. I had crazy morning all morning. It's saying it's working. Hold on. I think I'm getting yeses now. Yeah, they're getting sound now, Chris. Okay. I'll see you. I don't hear you, but I'll hang up because I'm on the phone with you. Say it again? I don't hear you because I'm on the phone with you. I'm going to hang up. All right, bye. That was Chris, who I was talking about with no sound. Oh, gosh. Anyway, what I said from the beginning was crazy, flipped upside down morning. Just crazy. I want to give you an update on Chris, that he's had a couple really bad days there, but he's feeling better. Last night he was able to sleep. Now his ribs are sore and his stomach's sore from coughing so much. But Dawn was telling me that there's a big breakout with, what's it called?
Like all the congestion.
Respiratory something, right?
Yeah.
A big outbreak with respiratory people having. When she went to take,
I've got
what
respiratory.
did you take yesterday? That you saw that people were coughing and sick.
Urgent care.
She was at urgent care with Alexis, and all kinds of people are coughing and hacking. So that's probably where he got it. But Chris isn't around anybody, except one day he went to Sam's, and the next
I
day
wasn't
or
either.
day after, this is what he was like.
Carrie,
But he's sleeping more, and he's taking another day here. So, by the way, pass it around. He's okay. He's getting better. Anyway, here's what we got.
steamship.
I'm going to go to the notes and take over Chris's spot. Try to. Marza R. Bag, B-A-I-G, Bag. Happy birthday. Nupar Mohammed, happy birthday. Jennifer Jones, happy birthday to you. Prayers. Whew. Oh, first one, Ashrahan's mom needs prayers. That's Ash's mother-in-law. She's been sick. She's having some high blood pressure problems. I don't know if it's better. I hope so. We will let you know. Lena Shaul and her entire family. California fires to stop. We all need to pray that. That is unbelievable. What I saw is unbelievable. It's got to be the worst we've ever had. Chris Johnson, please. Okay.
I've already said that.
Melissa and family, praying for them. And Levi, Harold Box, always. He's a great guy, and pray for him. Mark Olson. Mark Olson is a big-hearted guy who takes care of others, but he's got all kinds of stuff going on. It's a crazy world right now. Cindy Hopkins, one of the pioneers here, pray for her. David Switzer and his brother are going through some issues. They need prayers. Pat Parent, always. She's looking really good, but she's got some issues, so pray for her. Baby Zoe and baby Cam, big shout out and prayers for them. Joyce and Melvin, keep prayers for them too. Robin, obviously Robin, her sister, it wasn't the kindest year for them. And you know, I found out a long time ago. You can go to the doctor, you can get medicine, you can get over, but the best medicine I've ever had is praying and God taking care of me. Anyway, Peter, I saw Peter yesterday. He looked really good, but pray for Peter. Red and Jane's mothers, they're up there, and it's just so sad. They go through so many issues when you get older. Pray for them. Clea Julie, I'm not sure who that is, but pray for them. PNG. Always pray for Ash and the family, because we need him to stay strong and stay well and stay healthy. PNG always. My family, you wouldn't believe it. Something with somebody all the time. And obviously Chris Johnson, pray for him because we need him back. And one other I want to add, my son Zach, his right leg's been hurting for a few days. He went and got checked out. He's got a blood clot. Now, Zach is a postman. He walks 10 miles a day, every day. But he's got a problem with varicose veins on his right leg, where that's at. He's had them bad for years. Other than that, he's got legs like a bodybuilder because he walks so much. But please pray for him too. Anyway, let's move on. Let me make sure I go to chat. A lot of people here. I do know that we have a lot of ads that pop up. I'm adjusting that the best I can to knock them down, so there's not so many. Sorry about that. I think I found a way to make them less for me and Chris. So I hope that helps. Today we've gone from many countries. We're going to a country, and I hope I say this right, it's correct. Burundi, Burundi. Okay, it was suggested day before yesterday, or yesterday morning maybe. And I went through and I researched it, got all the information, I broke it down and made a video. That will also come out at noon, I believe tomorrow. But I'm going to play it here because I love the idea of going country to country, because it's we have family all over the world. And remember, when we open to the world and people come and they see this different varieties of who we're talking about, countries and people and all that, it's pretty cool. And obviously we have founders in Burundi. So I'll pick out how to say it right, I hope. But anyway, here it is. Enjoy. I learn a lot every day. Every day I'm learning more about different companies and what's going on. Different countries, I'm sorry. Here we go. Hello. Good day. Marty DeGarmo here again. If this is the first time you're watching, my name is Marty DeGarmo. I am part of a company that I've been part of for 6 years this month,
And you
and I
don't say
absolutely
the
love
name
it. And I talk
of the
about it
company.
morning, noon, and night because it's a company that I believe will uplift humanity and make a difference in millions of people's lives. It was designed an AI company with heart. And if you follow through this whole thing, you might see what I see. And I'll also show you a way where you can check it out for yourself, because people should go look at it, and you can do that for free. Anyway,
So you really can't find anything about
what I'm doing right
on the
now,
site.
I'm in a country called Burundi. Burundi, hope I'm saying that right. It's a country over in Africa, I believe. And I'm breaking down what it would take in commissions to make an impact in people's lives in Burundi. And it's not much. And that's the part. I'm learning so much as I'm showing other people. This is mind-blowing to me. But I love it because this company will actually build from the bottom up instead of the top down. Let me explain why I say that. If I make, example, 10 sales and I make $250 commission. I live in the US. Yes, I'm privileged. I'm broke, but I'm privileged. But anyway, no, but the point is, there's people, billions of people living a lot harder times than me, for sure. And the same $250 that I would make at the same results, and in other words, products were sold, 10 products were sold, I got commissions, I made $250. That's saying the products are 100 and we made 25% commission, to keep it simple. $250 in some of these countries is absolutely life-changing. I'm going to show you what I mean. Burundi, average monthly income. Now they use BIF. That's the name of their currency. Okay? Now we're going to break it down. Break it down. Their monthly income in Burundi, and these are some territories in Burundi, they make 196,700 Burundi to 228,600 Burundi a month. Broke it down per US dollar, that'd be $70 to $80 a month. Yes, you heard that right. You heard it right. Oh my gosh, really? Their average yearly income is only $840 to $960 a month. It's horrible. But we have people, I believe, in Burundi, because someone asked me on an email to show this. But here's what I want to show you. Let's assume, these are all hypothetical numbers. Let's say we have product A. We'll say it's a video conferencing platform. And it costs $100. Probably different packages depending on how many people you have capacity-wise in the room. But let's just use $100 product monthly for the consumer. They come in, they pay for it. The company says, you know what? We're going to pay you 25% commission.
I mean, is this not hysterical? Let's just say I'm a video conferencing platform. Why aren't you saying, connect? Were you ordered not to? It's a little weird that you would just say, well, we'll just say it's this. All of this seems so fake.
Which would be $25. Look at this. Let me show you what happens. One sale times 25. There it is, $25 for people here it's crazy. 10% of $70 is $7. $14 is 20%. Imagine now, they get 3 sales. That's it, 3. 3 times 25 equals $75. With 3 sales, the average person in Burundi would double their income. And you're thinking, yeah, but maybe people in Burundi don't know how to market. This company, you don't need to know how to market. That's why I'm here. I could market. I could build teams. For my 2 business partners, we built teams of thousands. But what beat us up? There was a few things that beat us up. One was either the company disappeared after 90 days, or they lied to us, or we couldn't bring anybody with us, which was the worst thing. Because you all know, if you've done business online, you invited your friends and family a few times. Now they're hiding from you. But I'm going to tell you how this can happen. In this company, they have what is called AI targeted traffic that you can purchase.
What's the name of the company?
And I have videos in my a video on my YouTube channel that breaks down AI targeted traffic to the T, and it shows why it's better. AI targeted traffic makes you a top-notch marketer, because you're not going to get any better leads, even if you could market manually and create targeted traffic. Anyway, let's break it down. This is really sad. I would love to see thousands of people in these countries like this where they're making double and triple their income. Holy moly. The average monthly income in Burundi is approximately 196,728 Brudarian francs, equivalent to 70, 80 bucks. Oh, that's horrible. Let me move down. Burundi's primary agricultural product is cassava. Now, cassava was 2.6 million tons in 2022. What is cassava? I got that information. Cassava, also known as yaka, manioc, or tropicana fruit. Tropica fruit. It's a starchy root vegetable grown in tropical region. It's a major source of calories and carbohydrates in many parts of Africa, Latin America, Asia. The root can be eaten after cooking and is used for making flour, starch, tapioca, pearls.
Tapioca.
Key facts about cassava. Scientific name, not even going to try to say it. Origin, South America. Main producer.
I mean, I have problems saying some words too. You guys know I will say that, but something as common as tapioca, really, you cannot say that. It's just like, I'm always amazed at the lack of knowledge this man has.
Producer, Nigeria, Thailand, Brazil, Indonesia, and Burundi. If I'm pronouncing names wrong, I apologize. Primary use: boiled, mashed, and fried like a potato. Flour, gluten-free, used in baking. Tropica, used in pudding and bubble tea and snacks. I don't know what that is, but we'll learn something every day. What is cassava important? Why is cassava important in Burundi? This is pretty cool. Staple crop. It is critical food source for millions of people. Drought resistant. It grows well in poor soil and can survive droughts, making it ideal for Burundi's climate. Versatile, can be turned into flour, chips, or animal feed. Caution. Cassava contains cyanide, which can be toxic if you don't cook it properly. Whoa. It must be peeled, soaked, and cooked to remove the toxins. Wow. I hope that was interesting. Anyway, at the end of this video here, I have another video, very short, 2 minutes at the most, that explains the business. And I hope you have a great day. I hope this was educational to people that are in business, because that's who I'm showing, but also anybody that maybe is from this country or surrounding area, that there is hope coming. There's hope coming quick. Thank you very much. That's so cool. I'm going all over the world, little by little,
He's so
and you find
proud of
out
himself. That's so
different
cool.
stuff. I'm finding out countries I didn't even know existed. So that's a plus. I won't be real long.
Why is that a plus?
I
What?
got a raspy throat too. Voice. Yeah, people are saying
You're
questions
so
about it.
strange,
It's pretty
Marty. You're a strange man.
Anyway, I just love the concept. A lot we don't know, but let's just look at the things we do know, which is very, very powerful. And it makes me, it's easy not to know things because of what I do know, if you understand what I'm saying. Here's what we know. The CEO, Mr. Mufara, Alex Mufara, if you're in this company and you've been paying attention, cares more for us than anybody else in the world. I'm talking about a human being. Cares enough that he sacrificed unbelievable hours and times and money and everything.
How do you know this?
Sacrificed his family, sacrificed everything. And his family sacrificed. Did they go through bad times? Absolutely. DEFCON 5. Okay. Like, especially, and you don't realize, you wouldn't think trying to do good, you get beat up so bad. Got beat up from the outside, got beat up from the inside, got beat up by some founders. It just blows me away that a person trying to do this for us would go through all that crap. But also learn from that. And maybe research other things. Do big companies that we know of today, did they go through some of this crap? All of them did. Go research it. Don't take my word for it. Go research it. They really did. Many of the big companies we know today went through a lot of crap. A lot of crap. The only thing that happened with us that I think was above and beyond happening was towards Asmafara. The reason is, all of those other companies I can think of, I'm talking about all the top 10 in the world. I don't know of any of them. I never heard stories. I never read about them. Good people, I'm not putting them down, but none of them had a heart like Mr. Mufara. And what I really love about another, not really, there's so many. Another thing that I love about the company is, not only is he focused on our dreams, he gathered people many people, majority I would say, that have good hearts. And his concept was, if I can help others create their own wealth through the technology and through, no matter what it cost them, and it's been unbelievable, that if they're good-hearted people, and they came because of that, and they did, once they fill their pockets, me, everybody else, takes care of themselves, takes care of their family, in turn, there's going to be close to 1 million people set free to start blessing the world and uplifting humanity.
Oh,
And another thing that we really need to grab a hold of, anything that Mr. Mufareh is making, has made, I believe things have been made, will be special. Listen, I know him well enough. He's not going to build something average. In fact, his exact words I've heard him say 50 times, maybe more.
It'll be less than average.
Why build something if it's average? He doesn't want it to be average.
No, he doesn't.
Example, if we have a
it just
video
doesn't work
conferencing
when he
platform.
builds
We
it,
don't know
I
what it
see.
is. We don't know, but we know what was built in the past. And I know it's better than that. And that was above any other platform I've ever been on. It wasn't your typical
Wow.
platform.
You
What's
must
the big deal with
love
Mr. Mufareh
that
and his family, his
platform.
wife? Education. I've had many, many long talks about education. I've had it with my friends and family in Africa, India, Mr. Mufareh, Chris Johnson, that if you can get education, this all goes together now. I'm not that naive. But if you can get education with the hope of building an income and put those two together, how many things would that affect? Common sense. This is easy. You don't even have to look it up. You get education to somebody, good, great education. And let's say you have educators who can make money more than they are now. Because let's face the facts, this is the United States. I'm not going to talk about another country. If you can throw a basketball into a hoop really, really well, dribble, make a lot of scores, you could be a multimillionaire. If you could throw a ball and pass it very well, or run a ball very well, you could be a multimillionaire. If you're the best teacher in the world, you don't have a freaking chance. Unless you win the lottery. You'll make an income, but it just seems the most valuable people in the world make the least amount of money. I don't get it. I don't get it. And what else? When I was in school, I'm just saying, when I was in school, I hated it. I can't remember one teacher's name. I dreaded going and I dreaded being there. But I remember the feeling was I was bored. I wasn't disruptive. I didn't go to the principal's office. I made it. I would force myself, but I never really liked it. When did that change? When I found things I enjoyed. You know, I have many, many friends, my own children, went to college 4 years. They leave, they come out, they've got a mortgage payment for college, pay all their life. A high majority of people go to college and don't even work in the field that they were educated in. Just to go, so you can have that piece of paper. I had it happen to me when I was working. I graduated high school. That's it. I was in a company. The part of the company that I knew, no one knew more than me. I forced myself. I wanted to do it because I thought it could mean making more money. My family's growing fast. But I was interested in what was going on. It was electric plating, copper foil. I loved it. Mm-hmm. But the levels of different titles, you know, I don't like titles, but different titles, after lead person, you had to have a degree. And I'm like, wait a minute, you're going to hire a guy with a degree because he's got a piece of paper to be my boss, and I have to train him? How is that fair? And I kept working and moved up 3 or 4 more positions with no degree. But I worked at it, and I believe it's possible. I believe if I show how much I knew and what benefit from what I knew, not the paper, it would work. But imagine now, you know, I mean, kids don't know what they want. Look, I'm not going to say it. Go look online. What is the percentage of people that go to school and die not paying their debt? Or the percentage of people that go to school to be a freaking draftsman and they never draft ever in their whole life? Or someone goes for a draft, they are a draft person, my friend, and absolutely hated it. We got a pretty sharp generation coming. Some of them aren't the most eager to work, but some of them are pretty sharp. My grandchildren are very sharp using the technology. And I'm telling them, because in their mind, they're thinking, oh, I got to be I got to be an electrician, a carpenter, but those days they're there and they're needed, and some of them are outstanding. I've seen carpenters that they're like artists. But I think if you can offer what people enjoy, and you will gravitate towards what you like, guaranteed. So I think the education part of it, which I believe will be involved in, is going to be powerful. Why? It's not going to be your average educational platform. Why? Mr. Mufara. That's all I need to say. People ask me how you know. He has said it 50 times, maybe more. So we're in a company that has multiple streams of income, will have, new every month. Think about this for a minute. You could go in, you could buy targeted traffic. You have one product, next month you have two, next month you have three, next month you have four, next month you have five, and so on. And during that time, some of the people that you brought in through AI targeted traffic want product number two also. Why? Because they use it and they need it. And the functions of it are off the freaking chart. Listen, you have direct sales from, let's say, targeted traffic. Then you have indirect organic sales. What does that mean? You invite 10 people to a conferencing platform. And they know how to use it because they're using a conferencing platform now. People are using conferencing platforms for...
There we go again with the conferencing platform, with him not using, the name of it. The way that he is tap dancing around all of this is, I'm kind of admiring the fact that he can keep on going without saying the names, that he has trained himself to speak in such vague terms. But then again, he learned from the master, because, Ash never speaks anything clearly where he's clearly defining anything. So I guess he just was like, yeah, if he can do it, I can do it. And boy, Marty, you sure are. You're speaking in some crazy kind of generalities.
Trivia, they're using it for family get together because they can't afford to fly or travel. Let's not forget that. The world's changing. But picture you invite people. Do you have to talk about it? No. Somebody said, hey, I want to get together. No. Okay, cool. Okay, I'll send you a link. No. I got one. I don't use that stuff. Why? The one I have, I just like it better. Don't sell. Don't say nothing. They come on, slap co-host on them, say nothing, just start talking. Why? Because everybody you invited is looking all over the screen going, what the frick is that? What's that? What's that? What's that? They're going to start asking you. It might have been a trivia night, but it won't be 20 minutes later. Marty, the button's at the bottom. What are they? I said, hover your mouse over them. Well, what does this mean? What's it say? They tell you, say, well, click it. It's not going to cause any problem. No, click it. Boom. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. Are you kidding me? No, what's the other? Oh, that says music. You can play music. Really? Oh, my gosh. I said, I'll show you something else. And I put in something for them to download. Everybody sees it. Go here, go there, go here, and never have to leave. Let's use our common sense. You don't have to be a genius. People that came in that night will want that. Marty, is this expensive? It's cheaper than anything than all the other ones that I've been in. And I've been in 3 or 4 of them. Really? Yeah. Wow. I'd like to try it out. Go ahead. I didn't sell SWAT, but I did. That's going to go on over and over and over. Where people get burnt is when you walk into a room and you say, I'm a carpenter, and they ask you, can you fix my cabinet? And you're not a carpenter, you're going to ruin that cabinet. If you go up to people and try to be a marketer, they're going to know you're not a marketer, and it's going to turn them off. Let people be people. We are a nosy, want to know things, especially if you don't tell somebody. I'm not saying this because I'm some brainiac. I did a lot of marketing, and myself and Mike and Dan found out if you don't tell them to do it, they'll ask you. No joke. I don't know why. Maybe I was that way too. I don't remember it. But I had people wouldn't even click on the link to go where we wanted them to go. 20,000 people one time running an ad, 20,000 of them didn't click the link, but they would ask in the comment section, can you please send me info? And I went, yeah. I send them the same info they would have went to if they clicked the link. Click the button, learn more. But they made the decision, so now they're the boss. Still going where I want them to go anyway. We did that by the thousands. Then what happened? That was manual labor. There was times, no joke, I just want to go over some different stuff. There was times that I would have to take turns with Mike and Dan answering the comments. That's how many we had. And we had a little script, we just put it in. Bip, boom, bip, boom, bip, boom. So what did I do? There's got to be an app that's automatic and can answer these questions without me doing it physically. So I went and looked. I found it. They had it. I had to pay for it. Nothing's free. And what it does, it would go in. I had to hook it to Facebook, so I had to, okay, it was a process. But once I got it hooked up, it said, what keywords do you want us to look for in the chat? Look for info, please, comma. What's this all about, comma. What you talking about, Willis, comma. I mean, everything you could imagine. I must have had 50 different comments that I put in. Now, I'm going to break this down for you. I was being AI, but I was doing it manually. Well, I was more being machine learning. Okay? So next day, and this thing triggers the second it happens. And then I would put in, what do they get when they click? If they click any of these words, they put any of these words in, where do they go? And I could put the message here, and it was automated. AI does all that for you. That's the point. None of you here have to do that. You said, well, you won't have to answer a comment anyway. Freaking 15, 20% of our total people coming in was 2 comments. No joke. Why? People are different. People will do anything you want if you guide them through the process. I've always said, myself, Mike and Dan, if you look at the marketing system that we created, which was built with tape, glue, silly putty, Band-Aids, wire wrap, whatever, because we didn't have the money. Hold on a minute. I want to save that. If you went up 1,000 feet and looked down at our marketing system, it would look like the freeways in Los Angeles. My little grandson Jacob just woke up. So, hi, buddy. Hi. Let me get finished and I'll talk to you, okay? Mimi gave you this. Sorry, guys. Mimi took Shorty to the dentist. Or JJ. You want that? You want to wait a little while? Okay. Get down. Not you, the dog. Get down. You can pet him, but don't get in his face. Sorry, guys. I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm not sure where I left off. But the point is, all of those things, that's why I'm telling you, AI targeted traffic is a killer. And there's many things involved of being able to get the people. Because a lot of people are just scared. AI scares people. AI was built by man. AI is my servant. And if you hook AI to machine learning, let me show you what happens there. That app I had that responds to keywords that I had to put in, that happens automatically. And the answer that they get when they put the keyword in, AI machine learning will do all of that. So somebody asked a question that wasn't on my keyword, they're not getting the stuff. AI machine learning can get to the point that it understands every language. See, I did it in English. So if my ad, which it was global, there were people that would have got into the business, but they wrote it in another language. I don't know the language. I could have took it, went to Google. So even Google Translate wasn't there at the time. But think of where we are now. 99% of the world thinks they're not worth listening to. We're changing that. 90% of the world has no communication to the world. We're going to change that. Not overnight. And I know people outside are going, oh, listen to this jackass. No, listen to me. Step by step. If you're meaning to do it, it will happen. I looked at when Ash said, the world won't look the same in 5 years. You look at the stuff that I've been doing, and this just happened organically. I love knowing, but I was doing this breakdown for everybody, and I didn't realize how much it did for me. Because I'm looking at that thinking, AI's involved, machine learning's involved. Ash is Frankenstein. He made that with his dream team, and it's going to know what it needs to know. And if it doesn't, it's going to get better. So not only is it doing everything in a millisecond, it learns its own mistakes. It learns as time goes on, machine learning's going, that never works. That hardly ever works. This works better. And the same AI, automated AI traffic will get better. Why? Because it's.
Who is he talking to? It's like, I feel like he is just going in circles. You know, I mean, like with one leg hopping around in circles. It's just, this is supposed to be inspiring. It just sounds like his regular bullshit that he just keeps on saying every day. I mean, I can you come up with something fresh and interesting, Marty? Something that's different, and that's not a rehash of what you've said 7,000 times.
getting smarter. I don't mean this kind of smart. It's programmed in. That's the part. If you don't understand it, doesn't mean it's wrong. Doesn't mean it's scary. It's not. AI is going to make me look smarter, make me sound better, make me
Oh, goodness.
help me build my income better.
You could use that.
So you sit back and maybe you're not a good writer, maybe you're not. Doesn't matter. AI is going to do a lot. It'll enhance our lives. Oh, it's going to take jobs. I'm going to say this one time, and I'm going to try to explain it the best I can. I am not an educator, but think about this for a minute. I've said this before. When the automobile was coming out, people lost their mind. Some people even said, it's the end of the world. The car is, we don't get it. It's bad. It's evil. I own a blacksmith shop. I'm not going to have a job. It's going to ruin the roads. It's loud. It scares the animal. Okay. But look at the outcome of it. It created how many industries? Hey, how many industries did it create? Tire industry, custom industry. I mean, everything you can imagine, different type of car, 4-door, 2-door, racing car, SUV, buses. I mean, look where we went. How many people are employed?
Oops, can you guys still hear me? This got hung up.
The animal? Okay. But look at the outcome of it. It created how many industries? Hey, how many industries did it create? Tire industry, custom industry. I mean, everything you can imagine, different type of car, 4-door, 2-door, racing car, SUV, buses. I mean, look where we went. How many people are employed?
I am having issues with this. I mean, it's not as if, you know, what he's saying is all that mind-blowing or anything. And Monhan, I agree with you. This nonsense has absolutely nothing to do with anything. Exactly. There's nothing at all. Steamship says, only boomers are scared of AI, dude. Exactly. How listen to this backside of a donkey. Monhan says, Google Translate has been around for 19 years. Marty's been online for 20 years. Don't lie, Marty. But he's just so good at that. Did Ash say the world won't look the same 5 years back in 2021? Go with the flow on passive proud. Well, I'm not exactly sure how to do that when the flow is going nowhere. What are we in it to win it for? Because so far there's been nothing. Angel says, I just answered your, can you still hear me out loud as if you could hear me? That's funny. I can still hear you. Wish we couldn't hear Marty. Well, I mean, right now it's just still spinning, so I'm not sure why, but hey. There we go. Even the internet is saying, I can't take any more of this. I think it is, because it's like, I mean, the man is just saying, there's a lot of words coming out. Let me just go ahead and pause that. And I'll still be just going in circles. So many words, so many words. And I'm going like, what are you even talking about? Why are you saying any of this? This just doesn't make sense. I mean, if you're trying to inspire people in business, I don't think this is doing it. Again, it just sounds like stuff that he says all the time. And like he just is like, you know what? I'm just going to sit here because Chris isn't here. And I'm going to drone on for an hour about the same stuff that I always talk about.
That different type of car, 4-door, 2-door, racing car, SUV, buses. I mean, look where we went. How many people are employed because of it? I guarantee it's way more than blacksmiths had 150 years ago. Guarantee that. And it gets people where they want to go quicker. It does everything more efficient. That's AI. Here's the other thing. And I've had this conversation with my grandchildren because I'm thinking ahead. I know I'm going to be 65, but the tick, it's still working a little bit, so I got to grab it while I can. But I told them, what do you like doing? Well, I like working in the computer. Listen, I believe today starts, or last year starts, the period of time where you can create an industry. That's me. Do I know what it is? No. I'm not looking to do it. But if I was 20 years younger, I would take what's coming out in the technology and create an industry. Do I think it's going to happen? Oh, absolutely. Do I think if kids are smart and they start looking at where the world's going and tap into something? Listen, you might, if you would take the time and say, I want to be a mechanical engineer. If you took the time and you said, yeah, I want to be a mechanical engineer, I'll tell you what. And then you look where you are and you look at the chance, how many jobs there are, how many people are looking for them, and how much it pays. You might change your mind. And trust me, you might not want to be one.
I know. As soon as I hear
AI and AI now,
don't.
you can find this stuff and find out, is that really what I want to be? It all sounds romantic in the head and sexy. Oh, I'm going to be a chemical engineer. But maybe it's not.
Does it?
We didn't have that years ago. That's where we're going. And I just want to tell you, in all the sectors that we don't even know about,
no perfume. I know
we will be advanced. All of you will be advanced.
But I bet you didn't know that art has their own version.
So I know time's going by and all that. I don't give a rat's but two. If you really know, we don't even know, but what we do know should be enough to give you sleepless nights. I'm not kidding you. It should give you sleepless nights, what we're part of. And when you're hooked to a generous, big-hearted man like Ashmi Farah, sky's the limit. There's things I've said, idea about this and this. I've even brought up stuff about certain apps that are out there already. And the feedback I got, we got that covered. Just wait. He wants my big ass to be surprised too. I want to be surprised. I don't get a lot of surprise. I get surprised, but they're usually not good. But no, we're in good hands. I wasn't planning on talking to, wow, 50 minutes. I'm sorry about that. I was going to be 10 minutes, 20 minutes.
You're not
Anyway,
sorry about that at
I just
all.
want you to know, man, we're about to fly off the chart here. Keep praying for Ash. Nothing's easy, especially something this great. And everybody else I mentioned, we got to get Mr. Sexy Chris Johnson back on the show as soon as we can. As annoying as he is, I miss him. Yeah, I got to say it. Anyway, I'll see you all. God bless. I hope I gave you some stuff to think about. I know I was all over. That's my mind. I can't help it. Very dysfunctional human being. Let me go back and see a couple things that I think I pinned. I hope I pinned. Belisa, Christy, thank you for the super sticker. I don't want to miss that. That was very nice of you. She's always very supportive. And by the way, before I go, and she sent another one. Thank you for the second super sticker. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Anyway, something I wanted to say. I was going to let this go, but not right yet. A lot of you have purchased the promo video. I've told you what you can do with it, how you can put it on your email. YouTube got upset with me because I explained how to do certain things, and they asked me to take it down, so I did. But we can talk about other ways. I don't want to get in trouble like I did before. But anyway, the video is still, you can get it. And even down the road, okay, I got some of the stuff shown on the screen. Even down the road, when you wind up having a link, I've done a couple of promotional videos because I'm practicing and I want to see different ones, but I won't have an email on there. I'll have a link on there when we have links. But right now, it's to try to catch people that are maybe looking and they don't know what to do. And you want to let them know they can get on the list and you can notify them when it launches to the world. And that's why I made the video.
Yeah, it seems like Marty is selling to people in ONPASSIVE a video that he makes. And you know, if you think about it, you want me to go back?
I'm going to play the video again. A couple people missed it.
Crap, I can't.
And show you
Hang on a
how
second.
you can get it, and then I'll shut down.
Need to make this smaller for me. There, now I can see it. Okay, I'll go back there. Let me know if this is far back enough.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, and that's exactly what I was going to say, Monhun, is that with Marty doing that, it makes me think of the Amway tool scam. I don't know who here is familiar with the Amway tool scam, but basically, with that, there were leaders in Amway. This goes back to many, many years ago, like back to the 70s, who were creating tapes and books that they were mostly a lot of like audio tapes, and selling them to their downline. And they were making more money from that than they were from Amway. And now those little businesses that they had on the side, those turned into the Amway motivational organizations. So I find that very interesting, that he is kind of doing something on the side here. Just reminds me like, oh, so you're creating your own little tool scam, it sounds like, the ONPASSIVE or the OnFusion tool scam, I guess. Not long after the chat started.
Belisa, Christy, thank you for the super sticker. I don't want to miss that. That was very nice of you. She's always very supportive. And by the way, before I go, and she sent another one. Thank you for the second super sticker. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Anyway, something I wanted to say. I was going to let this go, but not right yet. A lot of you have purchased the promo video. I've told you what you can do with it, how you can put it on your email. YouTube got upset with me because I explained how to do certain things, and they asked me to take it down, so I did. But we can talk about other ways.
So you got to
I don't want to get in trouble like I did before. But anyway, the video is still, you can get it. And
yeah,
even down the road, okay? I got some of the stuff shown on the screen. Even down the road, when you wind up having a link, I've done a couple of promotional videos because I'm practicing and I want to see different ones, but I won't have an email on there. I'll have a link on there when we have links. But right now, it's to try to catch people that are maybe looking and they don't know what to do. And you want to let them know they can get on the list and you can notify them when it launches to the world. And that's why I made the video. I'm going to play the video again. A couple of people missed it and show you how you can get it. And then I'll shut down. I'm losing my voice. Here we go.
Oh, so
actually, I have two.
He's playing it so that other people so they can see it in case you've missed it. So then you can request him to make it for you too. So then he can get more money from selling it, is what it sounds like to me. And I didn't see it, Chuck. So was it back before then? Chuck, I didn't see it.
It's to try to catch people that are maybe looking and they don't know what to do. And you want to let them know they can get on the list and you can notify them when it launches to the world. And that's why I made the video. I'm going to play the video again. A couple of people missed it and show you how you can get it. And then I'll shut down. I'm losing my voice.
There we
Here
go.
we go.
With the show me the money.
Actually, I have two different ones. I don't know which one you like more or less. Anyway,
We'll buy both of them.
Welcome to the opportunity of a lifetime. Hello and welcome. Today, you're about to be introduced to a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, a business that isn't just built for success, but one where everyone can win. Imagine being one of the first to join a community that's redefining the way we think about business. Imagine building something extraordinary, not just for yourself, but for your loved ones and generations to come. Today, that dream becomes a reality. Here's the truth. Success isn't just for the privileged few. It's for people like you, driven, ambitious, ready to take a step forward into something different, something transformational. This is your chance to be part of something big from the very start. This business is more than just an opportunity. It's a movement designed for people who want to grow, achieve, and most importantly, win together. The question is simple. Are you ready to take that first step? To be one of the first to join a journey that's built on empowerment, innovation, and success? Today, you have the chance to say yes to a brighter future. A future of freedom, of possibilities, and of living life on your own terms. Welcome to the business where everyone wins. The time is now. Let's win together. Welcome aboard. This global business is launching to the world very soon. If you would like to
You
be
know, we're not
notified
even
when we
saying
launch
what
to the
it's
world,
called.
send an email to teamnomoney@gmail.com with "Put me on the list" in the subject line so you can be one of the.
Anyway, that's the first one. I'm going to go ahead and play the second one because it's only a minute long, a minute and a half. And this is the second one. I didn't know if I was trying to make it better, but I was trying to make it a little different. I'm going to do many of them. Obviously, it'll be easier after we're running because I'm going to have a lot more different stuff to say. But it's good to keep it short.
For too long, we've seen people chase online business dreams that end in disappointment. Multi-level marketing, MLM, a system where 99% lose money. Dropshipping, thin margins and supplier issues, affiliate marketing, takes forever to see real results, and most people quit before they even start earning. Email marketing, struggles with spam and low engagement. The truth is, these business models promise freedom, but often deliver frustration. They demand too much time, too much money, and too many skills to succeed. And let's face it, most of them are designed to benefit those at the top, while everyone else struggles to stay afloat. Until now. What if there was a new company? Not just any company, an AI-powered high-tech company with a mission to uplift humanity. A company built with heart, aiming to be the correction to corruption that we've all been waiting for. Imagine a place where anyone in the world can succeed. No special skills required. No need to be a marketing expert, a coder, or a tech genius. Just bring your desire to make a difference, and this company will empower you with cutting-edge AI-induced products in high demand that practically sell themselves. But here's the twist. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a get-rich-right opportunity. A chance to fill your pockets by offering real value to the world. And when you've taken care of yourself and your family, you can start blessing others. Imagine earning unlimited commissions from products that are above market value because they're simply worth more. Products designed to solve real problems, make lives easier, and create better futures, all backed by AI innovation. Picture this, an AI company with heart that rewards honesty, hard work, and compassion. A business built to break free from the greed and corruption of the past. This isn't just about making money. It's about changing lives and creating a ripple effect of good. What if you could be part of that? Part of a movement where, once you've secured your future, your success becomes a blessing for others. Where your efforts uplift communities, create opportunities for those in need, and help build a better world, one empowered person at a time. It's not just business, it's humanity, powered by AI. This global business is launching to the world very soon. If you would like to be notified when we launch to the world, send an email to iwantonthelistoday@gmail.com. With "Put me on the list" in the subject line, so you can...
There you go. I am not Steven Spielberg, but I'm messing with it because I want to know more. I want to learn better stuff.
We know you're not.
Easier ways to
Hey, Jelly.
do it. And there's so many ideas. So yeah, it's powerful. Very, very powerful.
Oh yeah, so powerful.
I
So
I
powerful.
don't know how I got that on the screen. I guess it's pretty cool, actually.
So
Go back to
powerful.
chat. Over there? There we go. Yeah, I'm looking at the chat. Everybody, QR code too. Yes, definitely. You can have all that. Both were. Thanks, Jane. She liked them both. So that's good. Okay, I'll go with Dingleberry. Try to find out. Well, Chuck Chase the Facts is what YouTube channel he's on. He's trying to imitate an idiot. I think you're doing good, Chuck. Anyway, oh yeah, you search through link to us privately. Marty, if I purchase a, send me an email and I'll tell you how it works. Levine, yes. I don't want it to go to me. I mean, if I make you one, it'll go to you. But here's what I want to say. If you want one, now most people already have them. But if you do want one, pick an email. In fact, I would make a new Gmail just for this. But I mean, you don't have to do any of this, by the way. I hate doing this because it sounds like, but if you want one, yeah, I'll put where my email is will be yours. But the other thing, you don't have a link. If I upload it to you, you just have a video. But if you have a YouTube channel, you can download and get a link. Anyway, that's one of the things I got in trouble for. To everyone in the chat. Okay, let me block this idiot. Block this, at least on Restream. What do we got? Maybe your emails added to the promo. Thanks, Narelle. Trying to read the chats real quick. Narelle's helping me. Thank you, Narelle. We sent out brother John. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it. Thank you, Marty. That makes me feel good. As long as you guys are getting content that inspires or lifts you up or whatever. Yeah, this is true. Me too. I can't wait for it to unfold too.
Oh gosh.
Love it, Marty. Love it. I'm so
We're
glad.
believing in non-passive, huh?
Anyway, thank you, everybody. And what is today, Monday? I think if they're having, I believe they are. Monday with Red and Jane, look it up. If they are, it'll be 11 o'clock. Anyway, see you all. Thank you very much.
Okay. Oh, no. There, had to get rid of that. Close out that real quick. Yeah, and Marty just seems to be making the rounds and going to places and just promoting himself and his video creation there. And I guess, he's looking for compliments, this whole thing. I'm not, who did he say that he was not? One of the famous directors. I'm sorry, I guess. I'm so kind of out of it of listening to that drivel of what Marty said the entire time. Is like, good Lord. I just can't believe that he spent that much time saying the same thing over and over and over again. They believe so much in the company, says Tara, they can't handle 50 sayers of nay talking negative. Steven Spielberg, thank you so much. Thank you for that, Chris. I'm like going, I know it was someone I know and I could not remember. Thank you. So yeah, that's what I had to share with you guys today. That was, I went in totally cold on both of those. And I tell you what, this last one with Marty, I did not find it very entertaining. Usually there's something entertaining on these things, but it was just like, I felt like he was almost had like a pulpit where, he is like droning on and, I don't know, lecturing or preaching to us about it. Marty Scorsnoozy, thank you. That's pretty much it. That's what it is, because to me, it was a snooze fest. It truly was. But I do want to thank everybody who, came out here and checked everything out and hung out with me so very much. Thanks for stopping by, everybody who participated in the chat, and to the lurkers as well. And if you haven't, subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate that. Give the stream a thumbs up, all that sort of stuff. Leave a comment. And yeah, I'll be here again. Chalupa is right here next to me. And little Missy Moo, she's under the fluffy blanket, which she somehow dragged that to the very end of the bed, like in a corner. Little girl will do what little girl does. I really think that I think having Chris makes it more bearable or something, because it's like, that was just too much of Marty just going on and on. It's like, he really should have cut that down into 20 minutes and then that's it. I think that would have been sufficient. Sometime, hopefully this week, I will. Tomorrow is going to be a very intensive day for me. As I said earlier when we started, that I'll be presenting at the employee resource group that I created. So it's just like a meeting after meeting after meeting kind of a day for me. But I do have some stuff that I do want to share with you about the Canadian robots. A very interesting thing that, you are basically kind of forced to join once you reach a particular rank, which they're always offering, I'm saying more like telling you this is what you have to do at this rank, so that 1, they earn more money, and 2, they earn more money, and 3, they earn more money, because it's all about them, but earning more money. Anyway, I'm going to get down on the go-go. I hope you had a good one tonight, and I hope that you sleep well. Or if this is the beginning of your day, I hope you have a fabulous day. And don't forget, you're beautiful, and I love you. Until next time, have a good one, everybody. Well, good, Angel.